So Winnie the Pooh remembered the birthday of his friend, Tigger, and forgot all about his Rumbly Tumbly.
Hello, Roo. Are you ready for Tigger's birthday?
Oh no, Pooh! 2 of the Tigger costumes blew away, and we need them for Tigger's surprise birthday picture.
No, dear. It seems to me that we shall need all the costumes to take the picture.
Hey, maybe my mama saw where the costumes blew to. I think she's over by Piglet's house.
Hi, kids, and welcome to a new Winnie the Pooh adventure. In this one, we are trying to save Tigger's birthday. He lost 2 costumes, and now we have to find them. Roo said to Winnie that Kanga might know where these costumes are, so Winnie went to check with Kanga and Roo to see if there are any new information about the whereabouts of these 2 costumes.
Pooh, you've come at just the right time. The costume is on the other side of this ravine.
And I'm afraid it's impossible to reach.
Now, I'm sure Owl could help. Oh, but it seems the path to his house is blocked by thorns. Here, Pooh, take the key to my shed. There are tools in there that could help you.
I think this is the key.
Kanga said to Winnie that she might have an answer on how to get across the ravine that holds one of the costumes.
Cut through them.
To get to that ravine, we needed to get through the door that had vines on it and talk to Owl. Unfortunately, to get to Owl, we needed some kind of scissors, giant scissors that would cut through the vine. Winnie went into the area where Kanga usually is to enter her shed. However, there were 2 enemies, so Winnie had to avoid them and pop the balloon. As always, that's always a good thing to do when enemies are chasing you in Winnie the Pooh's Rumbly Tumbly adventure.
This is Kanga's shed. It's where...
After dealing with the 2 enemies, Winnie opened the shed and then started going back to the doors that had vines on it to cut them down. Unfortunately, there were again 2 enemies. One even caught up to Winnie, but then Winnie could redo all of it and then pop the balloon to get rid of those 2 enemies. Thankfully, nothing happened to Winnie after the evil enemy grabbed him, so Winnie could progress forwards to meet the owl. Unfortunately, in the next area there were also 2 enemies and there was no sign of Ow. Winnie again took care of those enemies by popping the balloon. Then he started punching the tree because the tree had some honey pots in it. He needed the honey pots to go to the bees and then grab the bell that bees were guarding in order to summon Owl.
I think I shall need a bell to call Owl. I think I can call Owl with this bell. I think I shall need a bell.
Hello, Pooh.
Oh, I'm very glad I found you, Owl. You see, I was wondering if you could help us cross the ravine near Piglet's house.
Oh, dear boy, I would love to, but I don't have the time just now. I'm certain I can think of something, though. Why don't you catch a few butterflies with this net? Then they could pick up Piglet and take him over the ravine. Oh, genius idea, if I do say so myself.
A butterfly net.
Owl had a genius idea to capture a couple of butterflies and then attach them to Piglet so Piglet could fly over their wing, which would then help Winnie get across as well. However, we first had to catch the butterflies.
A butterfly net is rather useful for catching butterflies.
Wish we had a net to catch the butterflies. It would make it easier. Thanks for bringing me the butterfly net, Pooh.
Why, certainly, Eeyore. In fact, I think I need to catch some butterflies, too. So I thought perhaps we could catch them together.
Sounds fine to me. Gotta be quick, though. The butterflies are flying extra fast today.
Thankfully, we have our good friend Eeyore that is waiting for us. Winnie and Eeyore teamed up and they started chasing and catching butterflies, but there was a time limit and they could only catch 3 of them. Or maybe they could have caught more, but they just didn't have enough time.
Thank you for your help, Eeyore.
You're welcome, Pooh. Glad to do it.
Now I shall take these butterflies to Piglet.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
However, that was enough. We could go back to Piglet and see if this whole idea would work.
Oh, the butterflies are lifting me up. Ooh, dear, half a lump. Perhaps if I use one of my very scary faces, I might be able to chase it away.
Idea worked brilliantly, and now Piglet was across the ravine, but now we had to control Piglet. Piglet, though, deals with enemies a little differently than Winnie. He makes faces at them until they disappear, which is quite a funny thing to do, especially when you're battling larger enemies like these woozles or elephants or heffalumps or whatever they are.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Piglet.
Oh, you're welcome, Pooh.
Now, Pooh dear, you get the costume, and I'll wait for you in front of my house.
After successfully dealing with the enemies, Piglet jumped down the tree so now Winnie could cross it to get to the other side of the ravine. Unfortunately, there were 2 enemies waiting for Winnie, so he had to pop the balloon again. After popping the balloon, there was a Tigger suit that we needed, one of them at least, but it was guarded by bees. So Winnie went around, started kicking things to collect enough honey pots so that bees would be satisfied and fly away, and we could finally get our hands on the first costume.
I don't seem to have enough honey pots. Perhaps I'd better find a few more. Oh. A Tigger costume. Oh, I must take this to Kanga.
Now that the costume was found, Winnie started making his way towards Kanga near the shed where he picked up those giant scissors.
A Tigger costume. Oh, I must take this to Kanga.
That's wonderful, dear. Now we're only missing one costume, and I think that I just saw it flying towards the mountain behind Owl's house.
After giving back the costume to Kanga, she told him that there is another costume at the mountaintop. So Winnie started making his way there.
Oh, bother. I shall never be able to get through. I wonder if Piglet could, seeing as he is a rather small animal.
Unfortunately, he couldn't get across to the other side because it was too narrow of a passage. He needed his friend Piglet's help.
Piglet, I think I need your help.
Of course, Pooh. I'd be happy to help you.
You see, I need to go up the mountain, but the path is far too narrow for a bear of my stoutness.
Oh, I'll help you clear the path.
Before Piglet could reach that location, he had to deal with a couple enemies. One in the first actually 2 in the first area and 1 in the second area. Piglet used his mocking face on all 3 enemies and dealt with them quite easily. After finally reaching the place where Winnie wanted to go, he pushed the boulder and now Winnie could get across.
There you are, Pooh. Now you can go up the mountain.
Oh, thank you, Piglet.
Certainly, Pooh. Goodness, I'm rather tired now. Maybe I'll take a little nap before Tigger's party.
To get to second costume, Winnie needed to deal with this puzzle where he needed to push the ice block all the way towards the gap across the ravine that would open up a new path that Winnie could cross.
I don't seem to have enough honey pots. Perhaps I'd better find a few more.
Unfortunately, these bees required a lot of honeypots, so Winnie went back and collected a couple.
Oh. Oh. Another Tigger costume. Oh, I must take this one to Kanga too.
Eventually, he found enough honey pots so that bees would be satisfied. Then they flew away when it took the second costume and brought it back to Kanga.
How wonderful, dear. You've gathered all the costumes. Now we can take the surprise picture for Tigger's birthday.
Oh, I hope he likes it.
Look at all my Tiggerific friends. Why, this is the bestest birthday present I ever got.
And indeed, Pooh remembered that Tigger's birthday party was one of the most enjoyable ever. Remembering Eeyore's birthday helped Pooh Bear forget about the Rumbly in his tumbly.
Why, hello, Eeyore. I hope you're having a very happy birthday.
Not especially. Didn't start off very well. My house fell down again, and it's still not fixed.
Oh, perhaps something will come along to make your day better. We have a very special surprise for Eeyore today, and I shall go see how it is coming along.
Hi, kids, and welcome to another Winnie the Pooh's adventure. In this story, we are going to be talking about Eeyore's birthday. Unfortunately, his birthday did not start so well because his house, or his shelter, broke down. However, Winnie's got a present in store for him, and he needs to go to check on the present. Unfortunately, path to Piglet, who's got the present for Eeyore, has been blocked. So Pooh went and tried to find another way to get to Piglet, but first he went to see Rabbit, because Rabbit had an idea how a frog could help potentially get to
Making
Piglet.
so much noise I can't get any rest. You absolutely must take the little frogs back to their mother.
To help mother frogs find baby frogs, we had to cross the bridge. Tigger was on the bridge, and he was willing to help Winnie to get to
I
Piglet.
was hoping to see. We got trouble, buddy boy. Eeyore's secret-like surprise is about to be ruined.
Oh, dear. Oh, perhaps I should try to cross the bridge and save it.
Looks like that bridge needs a turning with a turn-type handle. I'll bounce off and see if I can find one for you.
To get across the bridge, we needed some kind of a handle. So Tigger went and started sneaking around enemies to get to a point where a handle can be reached, and then he needed to bring that handle back to Winnie the Pooh. However, there were many enemies around, in first area and in the second area too. Thankfully, Tigger was fantastically stealthy, and he could get past all of these enemies unseen and grab the handle.
Oh, thank you, Tigger.
Ah, you're welcome, Pooh. Now, you gotta go find little Piglet. He's gotten the present, you know.
With the handle that Tigger brought back to Winnie, Winnie could now cross the bridge. However, on the other side there were a couple of enemies, so Winnie needed to use his wits and his speed to get away from enemies and pop the balloon. Tigger's house, there were a bunch of bees that protected the huge jar that Winnie needed to collect the baby frogs for the mother frog. Thankfully, Winnie collected enough honey pots so that the bees would fly away and we could now pick up the jar. In the next area, there were a couple more enemies, but there were also friends afterwards. Winnie again had to run to get to the balloon, pop the balloon, and then talk to his friends Roo and Eeyore.
Oh, we missed again.
Hello, Roo. Hello, Eeyore. Are you playing a game today?
Nope, not a game. We're trying to catch these frogs so we can take them back to their mother.
Yeah, she keeps calling them, and her calls are stopping Mr. Rabbit from getting rest.
Sure would be helpful if we had a jar to put them in.
Baby frogs were in the area, and it was time to jump on Eeyore's back and start catching frogs.
This will be very helpful for catching the frogs.
I know, Pooh Bear. Why don't you help Eeyore catch the frogs?
That sounds rather fun.
Gonna have to be quick. The frogs like to hide.
Hooray! You did it!
Glad I could help. Suppose I'll go back to fixing my house now.
And I shall take these frogs to their mother.
That's a great idea, Pooh Bear. We'll see you soon.
After collecting enough frogs, it was time to get back to the mother frog. In the next area, there were 3 enemies. One of them unfortunately caught Winnie, so Winnie had to restart all of it and then run from them again to pop the balloon. Thankfully, Winnie is smart enough to know what he's doing, and he managed to accomplish that without any issues in the second try. After dealing with the last 2 enemies that were near Mother Frog, Winnie could finally talk to the Mother Frog, bring her back the babies, and pick up the lily that would help him cross the river on the other side.
That mama frog is called...
Oh, thank you, Pooh Bear. At last, a little peace and quiet. Now I can get some rest.
This water lily looks very strong. You know, I think I could even walk on it.
To get to an item that Winnie needed to fix Eeyore's problem, he needed to get through 2 areas where a bunch of enemies were waiting for him. Thankfully, there were also balloons in the area, so Winnie just had to run and be smart again to pop the balloons before enemies could catch up to him.
Oh, yes, I shall...
Winnie picked up the sledgehammer after dealing with a lot of enemies and then started making his way towards Piglet. Unfortunately, sledgehammer was not a weapon, but it was more of a tool that would bring down the rocks blocking the path to Piglet. He could not attack enemies with it, but he could use the sledgehammer to destroy rocks, which he did.
Oh, Pooh, look! This rock is going to fall. And when it falls, it will fall on Eeyore's present.
Don't worry, Piglet. I'll see what I can do.
The present was finally revealed, and it is a new house for Eeyore. Eeyore would be very happy to get a new house for his birthday because his old one broke down. Unfortunately, there was also a huge boulder above the present that would destroy it eventually if it had dropped down in a bad way. So Winnie went into a scary cave to deal with that problem. A couple of enemies were waiting for Winnie in the cave, but he dealt with them easily.
Oh, this passage is a bit too narrow for me, but perhaps Piglet could get through.
After that, however, Winnie had a specific problem. He was too big to get through a small passageway. So he went and asked Piglet for help. Piglet was small enough to get through that passageway.
Oh, Piglet, it seems that our path is blocked, and only a very small animal such as yourself can get through.
Oh, all right, Pooh Bear. I'll try and help.
Piglet happily accepted, went back into the cave, but there were a couple of nasty enemies waiting for him there, so he needed to start making faces at them. Piglet does that best. He doesn't need that balloon, he just needs to make faces. There were some issues with the enemies, as one of the enemies managed to get to Piglet, so Piglet had to restart.
I'm very glad we saved Eeyore's present, but now it seems that we are stuck.
Pooh Bear, I think I can get through. I'll go and get a stick to clear the way.
Piglet safely dropped down the boulder, but now they were stuck. Thankfully, Piglet was small enough to get through and get to a stick. Stick was guarded by a couple of nasty enemies, and a new enemy at that too. He needed to clear first couple normal enemies from the first area to get to the second, where the new enemy would be. That new enemy had the stick.
knew that I was so strong.
Oh, yes, Piglet, and you were very brave, too. Now, I shall go get Eeyore, so that we can give him his present.
I hope Eeyore likes this present.
Piglet moved the boulder with a stick, and now Winnie was home free. He could now get back to Eeyore and tell him all about the present, but to get home he had to get through a couple of areas where many enemies were waiting for Winnie. By popping the balloons, Winnie went through all of these enemies, got back to Eeyore, and finally could show the present.
Happy birthday, Eeyore! We have a very special surprise for you.
A surprise?
Yes, and if you follow me, we can surprise you with it. Happy birthday, Eeyore! We have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, a secret surprise.
Oh, look, a new house. Just what I wanted. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, Eeyore.
And indeed, Pooh Bear remembered that Eeyore's birthday surprise was one of the best ever. And as Pooh remembered his friend Roo's birthday, he forgot all about his hungry tummy.
Today is Roo's birthday, and I haven't found a present for him yet. I think I shall ask Kanga if she knows what Roo likes best.
Hi kids, and welcome to the story about Winnie, Tigger, and Roo. It was Roo's birthday, but Winnie did not know what to buy him, so he went to speak to his mother, Kanga.
Hello,
Winnie
Kanga.
didn't need to travel
I'm
far
trying to
because
find a
Kanga was
surprise
just
to give
in
Roo
the
for his
next area.
birthday, and I thought you might know what he likes best.
Oh, how kind of you, Pooh Bear. I know Roo would really like to learn how to do Tigger's whoop-de-dooper bounce. That would be a very nice present for you to give him.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea, Kanga. But I think I shall need Tigger to help me.
I'm not certain where Tigger is, but perhaps you could ask Rabbit. I know he's in the forest.
Kanga had a great idea what her son would like for his birthday, and that is for Tigger to teach him how to bounce. That seemed like a fantastic present, but unfortunately no one knew where Tigger was. So Winnie pushed a couple boxes and got into the next area in search for Tigger. However, instead of Tigger, he found Rabbit.
Hello, Rabbit. Have you seen Tigger by any chance?
Tigger? Why, yes, Pooh Bear, he's at home. Oh, but wait a minute, I'm afraid you can't get there. You see, all of Tigger's bouncing has caused a landslide and blocked the path, and without a shovel, well, it's impossible to get by.
I wonder where I could find a shovel.
Well, I'm sure I saw one on the way to Piglet's house. And now you'll need a turn handle to make the bridge come down, though.
Rabbit told Winnie that all the bouncing that Tigger did caused the landslide, and because of it, path was blocked, so Winnie couldn't get to Tigger. He needed to find the shovel, but unfortunately to find the shovel, he needed to lower the bridge to get to the area where Piglet was. To lower the bridge, he needed a special item, but that item was defended by bees. So Winnie kicked a couple of things in this whole area and then grabbed as many honey pots as he could.
Oh! Oh. Oh.
Then he brought the honey pots to the bees, and that's how he got the item needed to lower the bridge.
I wonder if this turn handle might be useful in making the bridge come down.
While Winnie was making his walk towards the bridge, there were a couple of enemies near his house that he needed to take care of. Only way he could get rid of those enemies was to get to the balloon and pop the balloon. Now he could lower the bridge and get across.
Say there, Sonny. If you need any help, just give a whistle.
Oh, bother. I can't seem to pull the shovel out of the ground. I suppose I shall need some help.
Shovel was right there in the hole, but he could not get it out, so he asked Gopher for help.
Could you help me pull this shovel out?
Why, certainly. I'll push it up from below, and you grab it. Have to hurry, though. Can't help you for very long, you know. Got rules about such things.
Thank you, Gopher.
Well, glad to be of help, Sonny.
Perhaps this shovel could help me clear the path.
With Gopher's help, Winnie grabbed the shovel, and now he was ready to take care of that sand. Meaning that landslide that Tigger did. However, in the next area, there were also a couple enemies, so Winnie had to act fast and get to the balloon to pop it so that the enemies would disappear.
It seems to me...
Winnie finally cleared to the landslide, got to the next area, but there were again enemies waiting for him. miss almost caught him, but Winnie managed to get to the balloon quickly and then pop it before they could get him. Also, he kicked a couple of things in this area to get in the honey pots needed for later quests.
Oh, hello, Tigger.
Hello there, Pooh.
Tigger, I was just wondering, do you think you could teach Roo how to do your whoop-de-dooper bounce for his birthday?
Of course I can, Pooh. After all, bouncing's what Tiggers do best, but first, I need your help. See, I started bouncing and now, I can't stop.
I see. But how can I help you, Tigger?
Well, if you took this key, you might find something useful to unbounce me over by my house.
Oh. Oh, bother. The key dropped, but I shall go and look for it. Goodbye, Tigger.
Tigger couldn't stop bouncing, which was a very funny situation, and he needed Winnie's help desperately. Unfortunately, the key bounced as well to the next area, so Winnie got to the next area to search for the key, but there were woozles there waiting for him. Winnie quickly popped another balloon, grabbed the key, and then started making his way towards Tigger's house.
Oh. Perhaps this key will help me open the gate to Tigger's house. Perhaps this key will help me open the gate to Tigger's house.
Winnie found a bucket of, was it paint? Was it glue? I don't know. But he found a bucket of something near Tigger's house that could help Tigger get stuck so that he couldn't bounce anymore.
Oh.
So he quickly went back to Tigger to help him.
Pooh, could you find a way to unbounce me, please, buddy boy? I think that there might be something over by my house that would do the trick.
No.
Oh, thank goodness. You know I love bouncing, but stopping's good too. And now I can go... Oops. I think we got another predicament.
Oh, dear. Don't worry, Tigger. I shall go and ask Rabbit for help.
Oh, thanks, Pooh Boy. I'm sure old Longears has just the thing for unsticking a Tigger.
While Tigger stopped bouncing, unfortunately he got stuck in that paint or glue or whatever it was, so Winnie had to help him again. He made his way towards Tigger's house and found Rabbit that needed help with some kind of a machine.
Excuse me, Rabbit, but I don't suppose you might have something that I could use to unstick Tigger?
Oh, I have just the thing. This stick is perfect for unsticking things. Now, if I could just get this machine to work.
Could I help?
Oh, yes. You must push these levers in the right order. But I've forgotten what order that is.
Winnie played with handles and eventually got the right combination to start the machine.
Hooray! My machine is working again. Thank you, Pooh Bear. I almost forgot. Here's the stick to help you unstick Tigger. Well, now I must get back to watering my carrots.
Rabbit was very thankful and he gave Winnie the stick that he could use to unstuck Tigger.
Oh, what a useful stick. But I wonder what I should use it for. Perhaps I shall ask Tigger.
Thank you, Pooh. You're the bestest buddy bear a fella could have. Pooh?
No bother. Now I'm stuck.
Don't worry, buddy bear. I'll go get Gopher. He's kind of handy at unsticking things, you know.
Tigger was finally free, but now unfortunately Pooh got stuck. So Tigger went to find Gopher to push Pooh out of the hole. Now Tigger found himself in a predicament. He had a problem because woozles were searching for him. He did not have a balloon to pop, but he could sneak past them because tigers are very stealthy.
Say, you're just the gopher I was looking for. Old Pooh Bear's stuck in one of your gophery-type holes.
Sounds like a job for someone with my excavation skills. I'll get right on it.
Oh, thanks, Gopher. Well, I guess I'll just wait for you here, then.
He eventually found Gopher that pushed Winnie out of the hole.
And, watch where you're going next time.
That's very good advice, Gopher. Thank you.
Now, Sonny, I think that Tigger fellow's waiting for you.
So now Winnie had to get past a couple of woozles to get to Tigger and then get to Roo's party, where Tigger would teach little Roo how to properly bounce.
We gotta hurry, Pooh Bear. Little Ruth's birthday party is just about ready to get started. Happy birthday, Roo!
Tigger! Pooh! You're here!
Well, of course we are, little Roo. And we got here just in time for me to teach you the whoop-de-dooper bounce.
Oh, Tigger! That would be the best birthday present ever!
And indeed, Pooh remembered that Roo's birthday party was a great success. One day, in the 100-acre wood, Winnie the Pooh was going for a quiet walk with his good friend Christopher Robin.
Oh, bother. There's a rumbly in my tumbly.
You're always hungry, Pooh Bear. I know. Why don't you try thinking of something besides your tummy?
That's a very good idea, Christopher Robin. Now, I wonder what else I could think about.
Well, you could remember some of your favourite times.
Oh, yes. Now, think. Well, I think my favorite times are always the friendliest times. And birthday parties are very friendly indeed.
And so, to forget his hunger, Winnie the Pooh decided to remember a few birthday parties by looking at his friends' birthday scrapbooks. Now, to forget about being hungry, Winnie the Pooh remembered the birthday of one of his very dear friends.
Today is Piglet's birthday. I'd better go see if he needs help getting ready for his party.
Say there, Sonny. If you want to visit Piglet, it's gonna be a problem. Gotta open the gate first, you know. Personally, I'd use the key on the tree stump.
Hi, kids, and welcome to a story about Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. Piglet had a birthday, and Winnie decided to visit Piglet to see if he needed any help with the birthday preparations.
With that key, opening the
However,
gate
to
will be
visit Piglet,
difficult.
first we had to open a locked door. Pooh went and picked up the key.
That this iron key must...
Say there, Bear. Why don't you use the key to open the gate? Spectacular! Now you better skedaddle on out of here and go see Piglet. Last time I saw him, he looked worried.
Now that Pooh has opened the gate, he could progress to a next area where he's gonna meet many new characters with new adventure waiting.
Why, hello, Pooh Bear. Are you going to visit Piglet today?
Oh, yes. As today is his birthday, I thought it would be the perfect day to pay him a birthday visit.
Oh, he'll be very happy to see you. But do be careful, dear. One of the boards is missing on the bridge to his house. It should be replaced.
We have found out that to reach Piglet, we had to find some kind of a board to be able to fix the bridge and then go to see Piglet. But before we could do that, we needed to collect all these beautiful honey pots for Pooh's Rumbly Tumbly.
Oh, that path's blocked. Gonna have to push this box out of the way if you want to get by.
To enter new area, we needed to push the box. Thankfully, we had enough information to do so. It is quite an easy task for Winnie the Pooh, as he is quite clever. So he just pushed the box out of the way and went into the new area.
Oh. Oh.
Say there, Sonny. That tummy of yours sure is making a lot of noise. The heffalumps will know just where you are. Better skedaddle away from them.
Oh, bother. I don't suppose you know how to frighten away a heffalump?
Course I do. I'm an expert. Just find a balloon and pop it. That's sure to make 'em run away.
In the next area, Pooh met his first enemies, the Woozles. In order to get rid of them, he had to run away from them and then reach the balloon and then pop the balloon. So Pooh went and ran away and got to the balloon and popped it. That was enough for Woozles to disappear.
Superb, if I do say so myself. Now you can sightsee in peace. And don't forget, if those heffalumps come after you again, just find yourself a balloon and pop it. Hey, are those bees stopping you from passing by? Well, you've come to the right place. I've found just the way to make 'em ski-daddle. All you have to do is bring 'em the number of honey pots they're asking for.
Honey pots? I don't suppose you might know where I could find some honey pots, that is.
Certainly do. They're everywhere. Just look around. You're sure to find some.
There was another problem, however. To reach the board in the first area that would fix the bridge, Pooh had to push this crate in the water. But unfortunately, bees were everywhere. So to satisfy the bees so that the bees would fly away, Winnie needed to find a bunch of honey pots. 10, to be precise.
Perhaps I'd better find a few more.
Nearby tree thankfully had honey pots in it. So Pooh decided to kick the tree so the honey pots would fly away from the tree so that he could pick them up. Not only were honey pots hidden in the tree, but there was a musical note hidden inside the rock. So Winnie decided to kick the rock for the musical note to fly away so that Winnie could pick it up.
Oh!
Stupendous! All the bees have skedaddled. Next time they bother you, bring 'em some more of those honey pots.
Bees were satisfied, they flew away, and now we could push the crate into the water, which would help us get the board. After pushing the crate, Winnie went back to the first area where the board was, picked it up, and went back to fix the bridge.
This board looks rather like a board from a bridge, of which I know. Oh! Oh, stuff and fluff. I can't cross the...
Before finally reaching and talking to Piglet, Pooh found some other honey pots that he could pick up near the Piglet's house.
Happy birthday, Piglet! Are you having a happy birthday so far?
I am. I would be. Except, you see, Pooh, I lost my broom, and now I can't sweep up for my birthday party.
Oh, don't worry, Piglet. I believe Kanga has a broom. I shall just go ask her if we may borrow it.
Oh, thank you, Pooh Bear.
Unfortunately, Piglet lost his broom and he can't tidy up the house for the big party. However, Pooh knew who had the broom that he could borrow and then bring back to Piglet. Pooh remembered that Kanga has the broom. But to get to Kanga, first he had to pick some more honey pots and then also get past another Woozle enemy. Thankfully, there was another balloon that he could pop in order to get rid of the nasty Woozles.
Oh, Kanga, could I possibly borrow your broom? I'm afraid that Piglet has misplaced his.
Well, I'm still doing my housework, Pooh, but I'll give it to you just as soon as I'm done. While I finish up, would you be a dear and go look for Roo? It's time for his snack.
Well, I'd be happy to, Kanga. Now, where is he?
I believe he's playing in front of your house.
Kanga still needed the broom to tidy up, but she sent us to help Roo, her son.
Roo, I'm glad I found you. I was just visiting Kanga, and she said it's time for your snack.
But look, Pooh Bear, I've been trying to catch butterflies to bring to Piglet's birthday party, and I haven't caught any yet.
And I haven't been much of a help.
Well, perhaps Eeyore and I could try to catch the butterflies together.
Oh, would you please?
Well, I'll give it a try. Probably make a mistake, though.
I just know you can do it. Oh boy! We're gonna catch butterflies!
Roo was a good boy and he just wanted to catch butterflies for Piglet's birthday party, but he couldn't do it. So Pooh jumped on Eeyore and then they started running around catching all the butterflies in the area.
Oh, that was great! Look at all the butterflies I got! They can fly all around at Piglet's party! And now I can go home for my snack.
Guess I'll go look for some sticks to rebuild my house again.
I shall go with you, Roo. Perhaps Kanga has finished her housework.
Pooh dear, thank you for finding Roo. And I've just finished my housework, so you may take my broom now.
Thank you, Kanga. Oh, this will make Piglet very happy.
After helping Roo, Kanga gave Pooh the broom, and now he could get back to Piglet, which would conclude the adventure based around Piglet's birthday party. And thanks to Pooh, now the birthday party could commence.
don't seem to have enough honey pots. Perhaps I'd better find a few more.
Thank you, Pooh Bear. I feel much better now. And when I have a broom, I just know I'll feel even better. Thank you, Pooh Bear. I feel much better now. And when I have a broom, I just know I'll feel even better.
Here you are, Piglet.
Oh, a broom. How wonderful. Now I can sweep my house from top to bottom.
And I shall help you, Piglet. Then your house will be the perfect place to have the perfect birthday party.
And indeed, Pooh Bear remembered that Piglet's birthday party was one of the most perfect ever. Forget about being hungry. Pooh remembered his own birthday.
Today is my birthday, and I think I should like to go on a treasure hunt. But you see, I'm not certain how to begin. Perhaps Owl would know. Oh, but I shall need to find the key to his gate. I wonder if it is near Kanga's house. Tigger, how did you get all the way over there?
By bouncing, of course. Say, why don't you join me, Pooh? I'll go find a way to make a bridge for you.
Hi, kids, and welcome back to Winnie the Pooh story told Winnie Mouse. In this one, we are talking about Winnie the Pooh's birthday and the treasure hunt that he had to go to find his best birthday present ever, which is a treasure itself. To get that done, he needed to cross the river. But he couldn't cross the river, so he talked to Tigger, and Tigger told him that he just bounced across, which is a great thing because then Tigger could help Pooh to get across the river as well. Tigger found the board, gave it to Pooh, and now Pooh could cross the river. On the other side, same as with Tigger, enemies were waiting, so Pooh needed to do what he does best, and that is avoid the enemies and then pop the balloon to destroy them. However, the magnet that Pooh needed to get the key was guarded by the bees. Now Pooh had to collect 20 pots and then bring them to bees in order for bees to fly away, which would then let Pooh pick up the magnet.
I don't seem to have enough honey pots. Perhaps I'd better find a few more.
With the magnet in hand, Pooh was ready to get to that key that he needed to open the door. However, there were enemies waiting in the next area for him, and after he dealt with them in the same fashion as he always does, running in circles so they can't catch him, and then popping the balloon, he was ready to grab the key, which was across the river.
Oh, that key is too far away. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, bother. Those birds have taken my key. Perhaps Eeyore could help me get it back.
When Winnie picked up the key, pesky birds decided to drop down from the nearby branches and pick that key and fly away with it. Eeyore was close by and he was happy as always to help Pooh do whatever needs to be done by jumping on his back and catching the birds in order to get the key back.
You see, they have taken a key, which I am in need of.
Sure, Pooh. Better take the butterfly net, though. Probably come in handy.
Oh, bother. They've escaped.
Guess we gotta be quicker.
Oh. You're a very good friend, Eeyore. With this key, I can now go visit Owl.
Glad to help, Pooh.
With the key in hand, Winnie could now visit Owl, because Owl had information about the treasure and where we could find the treasure map to get to the treasure. There were some enemies in the next area that Pooh dealt with easily, and then he finally got to talk to the Owl.
Hello, Owl. Today is my birthday, you know. And for my birthday, I thought that I would like to go on a treasure hunt.
A treasure hunt! Oh, marvelous idea. And I know just the thing you need. A treasure map.
A treasure map? Oh, yes. I don't suppose you might know where I could find one?
Of course I do, dear boy. Let's see. Yes. I distinctly remember seeing such a map hidden in some shrubs.
Owl told Winnie where to find the treasure map, but that path was blocked because he couldn't get the handle on the doors to work to reach that area where the treasure map was. So he needed to find oil to lubricate the handle in order to get through the door. There was one in the vicinity, but it was guarded by bees. So Winnie started again collecting honey pots to get them back to the bees, which would then mean that bees would fly away so Winnie could get the oil.
Oh! Oh!
With the oil in hand, Winnie got back to the doors that needed to be oiled up. But unfortunately, in the area, there were also enemies that Winnie needed to deal with in order to get through the door.
Oh, bother. The gate won't... Oh, bother. The passage in these shrubs is a bit too small for a rather stout bear to get through.
Maybe I can make it wider for you, Pooh.
Oh, that would be very helpful indeed, Piglet.
Treasure map was located in the close-by area, but unfortunately Pooh couldn't reach it. Piglet was in the vicinity, Winnie talked to him and asked for help. Piglet was small enough to get through the hole, which would lead him to the next area. So Piglet went into the next area just to be ambushed by a lot of enemies. He needed to use his ridiculous face techniques to get through these enemies.
I did it, Pooh Bear!
Thank you very much, Piglet. Now I can get through easily.
Oh, I'm glad I could help.
Now Winnie entered the area and he needed to solve a puzzle with a lot of boxes that were blocking his path towards the shovel. He needed the shovel to dig up the treasure map. So he pushed around a couple of boxes, eventually got to the shovel and dug up the treasure map.
If I ever need to dig a hole, this shovel could be rather useful. The treasure map. No, but I'm afraid I can't read it. Perhaps Owl could help.
Next order of business was to bring that treasure map back to Owl so he could read it and show us where the treasure actually is. There were many troubles on the path back to Owl, which Winnie dealt with easily.
Oh, you found the treasure map. Ah, well done.
But I can't read it. Do you think you could, Owl? Read it, that is?
Oh, certainly. Let's see. Oh, yes. The treasure is in a cave on the snow mountain.
Oh, thank you, Owl.
Wait a moment, Pooh. You should take this candle with you. It might be rather useful.
Owl gave Winnie the location of the treasure, which was in the nearby dark cave. However, to get into the cave, Winnie needed to use the candle that Owl gave it to him to burn the webs that are blocking the entrance.
Oh.
After dealing with a couple of enemies, Winnie finally entered the cave, dealt with a couple more enemies, got the lights to work in the cave, and then he was finally ready to do what needed to be done, and that is collect some honey pots and give them to the bees, and then get to his treasure chest, which was his birthday gift.
Oh. Oh, look, I found the treasure, and it's honey. Oh, how very yummy. I shall share the honey with all of my very good friends at my birthday party.
And indeed, this birthday was Winnie the Pooh's most delicious birthday of all.
Hello, Pooh Bear. Now, how is that rumbly tumbly of yours?
Much better, thank you. You see, by remembering all the birthdays we celebrated, I forgot to be hungry.
Oh, that's too bad. For you see, I've bought you some honey.
Honey? Oh, well, now that you mention it, Christopher Robin, my tumbly is a bit rumbly again.
I thought that might be so. Well, why don't we have a party with all our friends so that everyone can enjoy our honey?
And so, in memory of their birthdays, and to enjoy Pooh's new honey, all the friends in the 100-acre wood had a picnic together.
Yes, and this picnic will give me one more memory to remember.